Second time I go mushroom hunting. Hopefully this time will be the right time. Last time we went, there was nothing. We're going again. It's been raining last night and this morning. Hopefully we'll catch something. We'll find something. That looks like a very big, huge shaga right there. I keep finding stuff and they're not good. So we keep looking. So I keep finding stuff, cool stuff. But my friend there says it's not good. So I keep looking for more and more and more. I have some that I want to get identified. 2 of them that I'm pretty sure are edible, but you never eat something you're not guaranteed. If it's not 100% sure it's edible, you don't eat it. Just found my first lobster. Woohoo! So there wasn't as much mushrooms as we would have liked. And since I don't want to go home empty-handed, well, I'm not going home empty-handed anyway. I found a couple of mushrooms. But since it's not a really big harvest, I figured I was going to come to the community garden and harvest some of my delicious beans. So I have yellow beans, green beans, and I have purple beans back there. So it's going to look pretty cool in the bag. Yellow, green, purple. That's a nice harvest. So this is my harvest from today. These are called lobsters. This one I don't remember the name, but I know they're edible. Some squash, peas, 1 carrot that I accidentally removed, plus the beans. So while I show you this garden here, I wanted to talk about something with you. It's okay not to know everything about gardening. It's okay if you don't have all the information. It's okay if you don't know how to forage. It's also okay if you don't have space to grow stuff you want to grow. Maybe you live in the city, maybe you live in an apartment, maybe container gardening is not accessible to you, or maybe that's too much, maybe you don't want to bother about that kind of stuff. But there's always a solution, and with everything that happened to me last summer, losing my spot to grow my chickens and all that kind of stuff, I was able to find another friend that was willing to let me put my chickens on his property. So maybe I couldn't keep them at home, but I still managed to find a solution. I didn't know nothing, not that I didn't know nothing about foraging. I didn't know nothing about mushrooms. I found someone who knew about mushrooms and I started learning. I'm taking an online course right now about mushrooms. I get some help from friends that are hands in the mushrooms so they can at least tell me if I pick up the right thing or not. It's also okay if you don't know all the plants that are edible, because there are a lot of plants, and like Jessica said on my live stream the other day, there are more plants that will kill you than what there are mushrooms that will kill you. So it's okay if you're afraid. It's okay if you don't want to try everything, but just don't keep that as an excuse. Find the resources, find some reliable resources, find someone who knows about that stuff. find someone that can teach you, find someone that can share space with you. There's always a way to grow some food. For example, I'm in the community garden right now, and got 2 rows here, one for my mom, one for myself. And I mean, look at all the empty space. We're in a global economic crisis. A lot of people are struggling with food, and yet food is free. Go out there, forage, learn, go online. Everybody has access to internet. Go to your local library, get some resources. Find someone who knows about that stuff. Go out there, go take a look at what you can find. Some edible stuff. Just today I found 3 different types of mushrooms that were edible. I found some wood sorrels that were edible. There was some what's it called, fireweeds, edible. I'm right here and right there in the middle of nowhere. Nobody planted that there. There's an apple tree. Apples are edible. They grow pretty much everywhere. I can go on my ATV for a drive. Of course, if you can't afford food, you might not have an ATV, but you can still go for a walk. And I'll walk for 15 minutes. I'll come back with 100 pounds of apples, and I will show you in the fall. A pack of seeds for squash, $2. Look at the amount of plants I have. And they're all I don't know if you can see. They're all growing a bunch of squash. And if you know how to preserve your seeds, you can transplant them next year, have the same type of squash, unless, well, it probably won't happen to me here because there's a lot of people with squash, zucchinis, pumpkins. They will cross-pollinate, and next year I might plant some stuff and something else might come up. But it's still going to be food. So don't hesitate to experiment. Don't hesitate to look around. Don't hesitate to do your research. Find a place to grow stuff. I was looking on Facebook the other day, and there was a woman looking for someone to share her growing space because she had too much space for herself and she felt like it was a waste of space. So the offer she made was, I'll give you some space to grow and you help me grow food. And if it wasn't that it was a little bit too far for me, I would have gone there in the blink of an eye. Even if it was just to help her, I would have gone there. So space, you can find space, you can find information, you can find food, you can grow your own food. There's no reason for nobody to starve. No reason whatsoever. I will take my harvest that I have there. I have about 10, maybe even 15 pounds of food right there in one day. Well, I mean, it took a while to plant it, but I've been getting at least anywhere between 2 and 5 squash per day for the past week. It's gonna make a week tomorrow precisely, so 7 days. I think I have about 40 squash harvested already. That's food. That's a lot of food. And I will put it in soup. I will eat it in the oven. And I try different kind of things. I put grinded meat, cheese, different spices. You can put salsa. You can put whatever. Anything that you eat, you can pretty much use squash instead. And it'll be good. All right, so thanks for coming along. And I really, really hope that you go out there and try to find some stuff. Go online, look for information, look for lookalikes. If you find a plant and you're not sure, try to find if there's a lookalike. And usually, even if they look pretty much alike, there's a little tiny difference that you can find that will confirm the plant. So try something. Free food, right? Take care. Bye.